right, we are back now with Great Day Books. A local children's author is helping kids to cope with grief.
Yes, the newly released book, Here With You, is a resource for both families and children to open up the dialogue of discussing loss. And here to tell us more is this new local author. Congratulations to Kellie Kaminskas. Thank you so much. Such a much-needed book, we think, for kids. It's so hard to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. When I was pregnant with my son, my mom passed away, and 14 months later, his father died. So I really wanted to create a resource for families, kids, and even the therapeutic community for, just grief and opening the discussion about it.
What an inspiration that you thought to do something like this in your time of grieving and loss. And, as Kara was saying, and we were discussing off camera before we came on, it feels like there aren't enough resources until it hits you, and then you go, how do I explain this to my child?
Exactly. Yes.
It's a very hard thing, and something my parents keep telling me is it's okay to be honest with, your children about certain things, right? You don't want to sugarcoat it, because if something does happen, then they might be even more confused. Right. So what was the process like writing this book?
So for me, I feel like as he got older, like you said before, kids have so many questions, and I think there's an age-appropriate way to explain grief and death to kids. Even if they're not experiencing it directly, their friends may be, so it's really important to just develop empathy at a very young age to understand everything that's going around you.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how the story goes. How do you teach that through the book?
So it's very basic, just for younger kids. It's using very small language for them to understand, and I think the illustrations tell a lot of the story too. So it's helpful for just families to express it in their home.
Yeah, I love in the back it says, if your loved one has passed over, close your eyes and listen to your heart's song. I'm here with you where the wildflowers grow, or whichever road you go, you are never alone.
Oh, that's so
beautiful. I love it, yeah.
Thank you.
And one thing that I thought was so beautiful that you wrote is, we all have such a profound story to tell of the losses we've experienced. I'm honored each and every time someone chooses to share theirs with me. And that's so true. Grief is something that kind of binds us all together. We've all experienced it at one time or another, right? What was the experience like when you were at Barnes & Noble for your book signing? Talk about that.
I had a lot of people come up to me and thank me personally, just for not even for their kids, but for themselves. They're like, I really needed this as an adult, not even as a child. And I've had a lot of experiences like that lately, of more so adults being like, I need this too. Like, there's just not a lot of resources for, moms and younger kids. And, you're expected to just truck on and, be a mom, and that's it. But you have to express all that stuff too in order to heal.
It's like that inner child in us, right? That's coming out.
Exactly.
So there's a saying in the therapy world, you have to feel it to heal it. We haven't always been great about grief.
Right.
If you want, love for everyone to get the book. It's a really beautiful way to share it with your kids. But what's one lesson you wish more people knew about grief?
It's not that hard to talk about it once you do start talking about it, and we should be talking about it because it's going to happen to all of us at one point, unfortunately. And the more we do talk about it, I think the more our children will be able to see, okay, like if my parents are talking about it, I can talk about it too, and I don't have to be scared of it.
And it's healing to talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
What helped you get through your big losses that you experienced?
Just family around me, doing the therapy and doing the work to really work on myself too, and to be a better mom for my son.
Who's 9 years old
Yes,
now?
almost,
Wow.
Yeah. So if folks want to get the book, I know, well, you had your book signing at Barnes & Noble. Do you hope this will, or we think it'd be great if therapists start to read this book or keep it in their offices?
Yes, I would love that to be used as a resource in therapy, absolutely.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, because it's hard to get access to mental health anyway. And grieving is something we all go through at different times, at different levels. So this could just be a way to talk about it with your kids.
To open up the conversation.
Right. Yeah, and it's easy. It doesn't have to be so hard. You can do it in the car. You can talk about it in the car. Like, hey, look, I got this book when we get home. We can talk about it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where can we find your book?
So it's on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
That's wonderful. And local here in Connecticut, where are you from?
I'm from Hampton.
Awesome. Yeah. We love local authors. And you have a book signing this weekend, we understand?
I do. It's at the Booksmith Shop in Danbury at the Summit.
Awesome.
1:30 to 3 in Danbury, Booksmith Shop. And again, the book is available now. Check on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. Look for Here With You and local author Kellie Kaminskas.
Thank you for
so
being
much.
here with us.
Thank you.
Coming up next, a fun and easy craft that